Okay, hello my fellow FOAs. So they dropped the Pinocchio Sound Bomb 360 performance. So we already knew this, right? Because I was saying that in the last video. But yeah, I am excited to see again if they did any choreo for this one as well, and if they get to like walk around on the extra little side, what's called like runway stage that they have added in. If they did record this when they had added it. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and watch, y'all. Also, I did see one clip. Ah, cute. He's like, wait. They're like nervous to like walk in. No one wants to go first. They're like, just go. Oh, I guess they were done first. Oh. Again, I love. Oh, cute. Woo.
저희가 또 두 번째 곡을 들려드리러 왔죠.
피노키오라는 곡으로 이제 같이 있을 시간이 엄청 길거든요. 사운드밤 진짜 좋죠, 여러분? 저도 너무 좋아요.
귀여워.
또 우리 지원이와 함께하는 구인 완전체
오, 예,
무대니까 더 특별하게 느끼실 수 있을 것 같습니다.
네, 사실 어쨌든 피노키오 활동에 제가 이제 빠지게 되어서 많이 아쉬웠었는데 저희 완전체 피노키오를 보여드릴 수 있게 되어서 정말 뭔가 설레면서도 좀 걱정된다고 해야 되나?
네, 맞아요. 저희 완전체니까 더 완벽한 모습도 보여드릴 수 있을 것 같죠?
다이스케. 귀여워.
여러분 그냥 이따가 다이스케 노래할 때 한 번만
Not y'all singing him out like that.
다이스케가 자꾸 노래할 때마다 이렇게 하거든요.
습관처럼 이렇게.
이거 귀여워서 한 번만 봐주세요.
효과 진짜 있어 이거.
아 그래?
진짜 이거 좋은 방법이에요. 찍을 때 이렇게 하면 맞아요.
Oh yeah, when they direct, like people have different
효과 있어요.
people have different habits.
아 그런 거.
이게 한이가 노래 잘하는 방법이구나.
I'm dead. Yeah, people. I will say, yeah, a lot of like different artists have different ways that they go about like helping with like the flow or like the way that they hit certain notes. I think there's one person in NCT, I remember correctly, that you would always see it in their behind the scenes of like the recording, and everyone would like. I think people actively like blew it up and were talking about it on X at one point, and I was just like, I'm weak.
응원법 다 연습시켜요.
외쳐주세요.
화이팅.
Oh, and it's like two like semi-circles and then away. Ooh. Okay, come on, aerial shot. Hey! Cute. Not him doing a cheat card, I'm dead. Whoa! Ooh! The harmony's there. No. I look at they're all chanting. They did the room part. Cute. Hey! Love that they're hyping everyone up. 아, 귀엽죠? Okay, come on, Joon. He's like, Not them just like clowning Daisuke. They're like back that way. Cute. The harp. Han. Cute. Woo, that part. Yeah. No, y'all doing that to him. Y'all were rude for that. You just heard him when he was actually scared. Okay, I think you. What a no. I was gonna say, that was cute. I'm trying to stand up taller. Let them hug. They're like, let's all give a big hug.
마지막 후렴 때 너무 긴장을 하게 되네요.
잘했어요, 형. 맞아, 잘했어.
음을 잘못 잡을까? 그래서
너무 잘했어요.
서로 안 와? 네.
아이.
영혼이 1도 없어.
Sorry. Cha'un again. Oh, I missed that about Cha'un though. Like he's not afraid to like call it like fun, like jokingly. Cute. Not the. you couldn't. Cute. Little cuties. Not the me. Y'all making fun of the fans.
네, 그럼 지금까지.
I don't think they had the. Okay, so I think they recorded this either.
고마워요.
엄청 길게
재밌었다,
얘기할 수
여러분.
있어서
오늘 너무 재밌었어요. 고마워요.
엄청 행복했었어요.
와주셔서 고마워.
여러분 저희가 이제 많이 볼 수 있는 기회가 있을 테니까요.
다음에 또 봐요.
맞아요.
안녕.
다음에 꼭
봐요. 바이바이. 사운드밤
Oh wow, that was so abrupt.
구독, 좋아요, 알림 설정 부탁드립니다.
Oh, they're gonna give us a behind the scenes. They do behind the scenes too occasionally, yeah. I was gonna say, okay, I guess they hadn't, whenever they filmed theirs, they hadn't implemented that new stage. I want to show y'all what I'm talking about, but I feel like maybe some of y'all already know what I'm talking about, but hold on. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it in the video for AHOF, so, but this is what I was talking about. They like added this like walkway to like, for them to make it easier to like not having to get down all the way off the stage and just make it easier like to be at level with the fans that are in the crowd. But I don't know, maybe they hadn't done it yet, or maybe they just wanted them to stay in the center and not run off. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that real quick. That's what I kept saying about this stage, so y'all could see what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, so again, I think here I could definitely hear a little bit of them being like sick here and there. Like it was still great, but I think specifically for Han, I heard it a little bit there. Like whenever he did his lines, it did sound a little bit more like nasally, or kind of like a little bit like stuffed up, maybe a little bit, like a teeny tiny little bit. Like it didn't sound like too bad, but I was just like, oh, I think it's because this Pinocchio is a lot. I mean, both songs are hard in terms of like vocals, but I think this one has a different like is different in that way. I feel like this one is a lot more like vocally, like you have to have like a really like big vocals for Pinocchio, I would say, because it's like it's like very much again like the dramaticness of the song and everything and how it builds up. But yeah, I can understand also, like I said, Wongi being worried because again, if they were all actively like having a cold or like sick, that was one of the things I was mentioning in the rendezvous stage of it, that they were like, oh, that I was like, oh, they kind of changed up how rendezvous sounded a little bit because it could have been again for any of the three reasons I said. One of them was, of course, that maybe they didn't want to damage their vocal cords a little bit or like kind of not stress them out too much, so they could have changed it for that reason. And again, or they didn't want to like crack, so because that does happen at times too if you do push yourself when you are sick. But I'm glad they really like looked that they had like they kind of weren't as nervous is what it is. Obviously they were a little bit nervous walking out again, but I think when they performed it didn't look like they were very nervous because again they were just all messing around and having fun and just kind of, you know, enjoying the moment. And of course they did add some like the choreo of like them, or not even choreo, like the formation that they did again, it looks like two, sorry, hit the mic. It looks like two semicircles like put together, like kind of like an infinity sign a little bit. I liked how they did that. Again, it's very tricky, I would say, to do like a stage with a circular stage, because again, if you're trying to like, and then it's not like it's not like they're in the center and everyone is surrounding them in terms of like the crowd. It's only the crowd being on the one side of it, you know? But I do like how they ended up doing like that, and I'm sure it must have been a lot harder, I feel like, for the cameraman to be like cutting in between from how they did that formation. But I liked it. Definitely liked it. Loved their outfits. I think this is like, I really like the styling that they're going with recently after watching their KBS Open concert as well. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that. Again, vocals sounded great. I'm not surprised there. Like again, I'm still very like, oh my god, like how do you sound so great still when you are actively having like a cold or sick? But again, they probably were really worried and they probably did practice a lot to make sure that nothing was going to go wrong, which I'm glad that nothing did, because again, this specific show is supposed to showcase like their vocals, which I think they did, and I think people would be very much more impressed if they weren't like if you weren't a part of the fandom and you know they checked out this video and then you went ahead and told them like, oh, fun fact, or like fact, they were actually like sick when they filmed this. So, and people would be like, what? Like, I feel like people would actively be impressed, because again, when you get sick, it's definitely makes it harder for you to like perform, I would say. And then also I think it makes them a little bit more nervous and nerve-wracking, because you're like wondering and worrying about how, if you're gonna do good enough, and if it's gonna be, you know, if that's gonna put a damper on things, especially with, you know, wanting to perform and essentially like impress or like, you know, give back to the fandom, and especially with like this moment of it being again so close to them and being, you know, just giving them a quote unquote like mini concert with just like the two songs, which again, I'm glad that all the FOAs who signed up, or who, I don't know if it was like a sign up thing or if it was like a raffle, but I'm glad that they all got to go and experience that, because it's definitely a different like vibe, it's definitely more personal, I would say, because again, you're like super, super close than you could ever imagine, like being at like a music show promotion or something like that, or like a concert. I would say this is even closer. But yeah, I am going to be watching JL's focus cam for both of the songs. I just wanted to do that afterwards. I wanted to wait until after this one got posted, just on the off chance that they were going to do a focus cam for it, and they did. But yeah, there were a little things that I did notice here and there of like them messing around with, which again, I think it's great that they kind of like left the nerves like subside a little bit and just focus on having fun and, you know, just enjoying the moment, because that's all you really want them to do, you know, is to enjoy their time while they're on stage performing, even if it's like, again, for a quote unquote like event or like work, you know. But yeah, like I said, we'll be watching those later, but I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.